What's up, YouTube? Mile High Campers coming back at you again with another video. Today is going to be our phase 1 of the hull restoration on the boat project. Okay, so first thing here, guys, we're going to go ahead and remove the lettering and the pinstriping from the hull, and that's going to be what we focus on in this video. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at this pinstriping area, guys, so we can see exactly what we're going to be up against. It's actually a pretty complex stripe, as you're going to see here in just a second. It's a little bit hard to tell because of all the fading, but this top stripe is white. Then we've got a blue pinstripe. Then down here we've got a blue pinstripe, a teal pinstripe, a blue, a white, and then another blue pinstripe. Then down below here we have another white pinstripe. The thick teal stripes are actually part of the gel coat. So we've got all these little tiny pinstripes that are all individual that we're going to have to remove in order to work on the gel coat. So let the fun begin! So here I'm using a heat gun and a small plastic vinyl chisel. I'm using the heat gun to heat up the surface of the vinyl just enough to where it's nice and warm to the touch, and usually what that'll do is allow the vinyl to release easier and you can peel the decals off much faster. You use the plastic chisel to get a corner started, and then you can just grab it and pull it. Be sure not to keep the heat gun in one place for too long. You can burn the vinyl, you can burn the gel coat as well. So keep it moving and just get it nice and warm to the touch. And if you don't have a heat gun, just go steal your wife's hairdryer. Alrighty, guys, so while working on this last stripe, as you can see, it was so burned into the stripe was so like sun-baked that it's not coming off. There's no place to grab and pull. It's totally baked on, so I had to break down and buy the eraser wheel. We're gonna give it a try anyway, and I'm probably gonna need it for right here too. As you can see, these pinstripes are just baked on here, so reluctantly I went ahead and bought the remover, so we'll get into unboxing that right now. Alright, so here's a 3M eraser wheel, and we're going to just get into unpackaging it here real quick, show you what it comes with. Alright, so it comes with the eraser wheel, comes with the attachment, and I may have just screwed myself because I thought this would attach to a drill, but it looks like it's going to have to attach to a grinder. But basically, guys, unfortunately, this is all you get when you spend the 50 bucks. At least it just cost me $50. I got it from O'Reilly Auto Parts. I'm pretty sure I could have gotten it a lot cheaper if I would have looked around for it online, but I really wanted it today. I was also not expecting to have to buy it, so anyway, this is all you get. I would highly suggest trying to find it online for cheaper. I think I saw it on Walmart's website for like 23 bucks or 33 bucks or something like that. But of course you'd have to order it. Okay, so I was able to get the wheel attached to the drill. It looks like it's going to hold good enough. And basically, I'm going to get in here like so, and we'll see what it does. Okay, guys, so here's the result after using the eraser. What I found here is that when you use it fast, fairly fast at high RPM and you're just kind of skimming across, it makes quite the mess. Okay, I'll go up here, kind of look at the front. The front I tried to do with lower RPM, but and you can see it's a little bit cleaner job. This part I'm going to come back and get with acetone because this is actually adhesive and I didn't want to burn into the boat. As you can see right there, it kind of discolored, and I'm not sure if that's going to come out with the acetone or if we're going to have to, but might have to take some sandpaper and sand that the gel coat down there. So, but what ended up working best is right about here I started low RPM and heavy pressure, like I was putting a lot of pressure downward toward the boat instead of just kind of, you know, holding the grinder or the drill, the pad, I'm sorry, on the boat. I was forcing it on the boat, kind of putting a lot of pressure on, and that worked the best. It took it out faster and left less of a mess. As you can see, still messy, but not as messy as that. I mean, there's quite the difference. So what I'm going to do now is wipe the whole thing down with acetone, rag and acetone, and see how it comes out. Hopefully it gets all the gook off of there pretty quickly, and then we'll get to the other side in the rear, and then of course we'll get into might have to do a little sanding, so we'll see. But anyway, just wanted to reiterate that high speed, high RPMs, not a lot of pressure gives you that. Low RPM, a lot of pressure gets you that, and it goes much faster. Okay guys, so we're done here with that. I'm going to show you how it looks now. As you can see, those stripes are pretty sun-baked on. There's a little bit of discoloration there. I may have to wet sand, but for the most part, using the wheel and then coming back with acetone seemed to work. There is some discoloration there from the decal that I think I may have to wet sand that a little bit too, possibly. But for the most part, that worked. The acetone got all the adhesive from the decal that was there, the Capri decal. But like I said, as you can see, there is a little discoloration there. I think I'm probably going to wet sand it before we get to polishing it. Well, in my opinion, I would wait to use an eraser wheel until it's an absolute must, like it was for those stripes right there. Alright, so let's do a quick recap. We used the heat gun and the plastic vinyl chisel to remove the pinstriping and the lettering. We then had to use the 3M eraser wheel on the drill to remove the baked on pinstripes. And I tried to use the acetone, which I've heard mixed reviews about using on a gel coat, and it worked okay, but ultimately I ended up using Goof Off adhesive remover to remove all the leftover adhesive. And then I went back over the entire hull with denatured alcohol to remove the residue from the adhesive remover. Okay, so now the hull is ready for phase 2 of the hull restoration process. So what we're going to do next is we're going to be doing a light wet sand, and then we're going to be using a cutting compound polish, and then finally finishing up with a wax. So we'll start phase 2 in the next video, guys, so be sure to stay tuned for that. And as always, be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Peace!